Good morning and welcome to the 74th annual meeting of your electric cooperative. It's been a very intriguing and busy year at San Bernard Electric. In the next few minutes, we will give you an oversight of this intrigue and other tasks that have kept us busy over the last year. We do appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us today. Since we last met, San Bernard Electric Co-op has terminated its wholesale power contract with the Lower Colorado River Authority. The termination comes 2.5 years ahead of when our contract was scheduled to expire. SBEC felt it was in the best interest of the membership for the early termination. As you know, we are litigating this issue through the court system, and the outcome will be determined in the future. In September 2012, San Bernard began purchasing wholesale power from the City of Garland, which will be our supplier until June of 2016. At that time, the negotiated wholesale power contract signed with NextEra, AEP, and JP Morgan will begin. These contracts were agreed upon long before the termination with LCRA and represents what I and your board believe is in the best interest of our membership. But our job is not done. We still need to secure additional wholesale power for the years beyond 2016. From my perspective, that is the intrigue. I will continue to update you through my column in the Texas Co-op Power magazine. Now for the tasks that we have been busy with. I would like for you to hear from your employees who are responsible for seeing them to completion.
On February 13, 2012, San Bernard Electric Cooperative embarked on a venture it had not taken in over 20 years, installing a new AMI system. AMI is the advanced metering infrastructure that refers to systems that measure, collect, and analyze energy usage. SBEC needed to change out our old meters because the manufacturer no longer supported the technology that was installed in 1992. The communication chosen for this new installation was a licensed 900 MHz system. This means that all meter information to and from the cooperative will be brought back through a secure portal. Over the past year, SBEC, along with our installation contractor, Texas Meter and Device, successfully installed over 25,000 new census meters throughout our entire service territory. We appreciate the cooperation and respect our membership gave SBEC and our contractors during the entire meter exchange process. We believe this new system will provide improved efficiency, reliability, power quality, and customer service. These meters have the capability to alarm SBEC's dispatch center when they are out of power or when power quality issues arise, such as a drop in voltage. This alarming notification will help SBEC detect possible dangers before they arise. If the member so chooses, they will be able to monitor their own energy consumption through the Meter Data Management System web portal. This feature will provide the results of energy consumption on a daily, weekly, monthly, or yearly report, which empowers the membership to make their own choices on energy conservation. This system also allows SBEC to offer future services to the membership, such as a prepay program. A prepay or pay-as-you-go program is an alternative to traditional monthly billing, which allows participants to determine how much and how often they pay. The way a prepay plan works is members pay for electric service in advance. As energy is consumed, the account balance is reduced until the balance is zero or additional payments are made to the account. Our goal throughout this process has been to provide value-added services to our membership, as well as empower them with the tools to make their own choices about electricity consumption. We're excited about the future and look forward to the benefits from solutions that better serves us all.
Our last meter system was installed in 1988. It served us very well. However, the equipment and technology had outlived its time. The vendors were no longer supporting those systems and parts were becoming difficult to find. It was time to upgrade to one that would carry us into the future and take full advantage of technology. It had to fit into our technology plan and play well with our existing solutions. Our previous meter system communicated one way. Upon receiving a phone call from the member, we would ping the meter and ask if it had power. If it did, we would instruct the member on how to check their main breakers to correct the problem and avoid unnecessary service calls. Our new meter system self-reports outages, reducing the need for phone calls. Your meter can tell us if you're out of power, even if you aren't home. In this example, a tap fuse has opened up. The meters have called in to our outage system. Each red dot represents 1 meter reporting the outage. This is what the dispatcher sees along with an audible alarm. Here is the same outage after the power has been restored. Notice the truck is still on the scene, as we can tell that with live automatic vehicle location of all of our fleet. We only received 2 phone calls. One is manual, and one is through the automated phone handling system. However, every meter told us they were back on. The more information you can feed the outage system, the better the prediction engine can function. With only phone calls, this outage would have taken much longer to determine that the fuse was open. We might not have even known until the crew arrived on scene. This video will demonstrate using the model connectivity to ping all meters downstream from a protective device. The amount of time it takes for the meters to respond to a ping will vary depending on the backhaul network traffic. Meters indicate their status by color, green for on and red for off. Here's another example of a large outage showing all the meters calling in before we received a single phone call. This was 90 seconds into the outage. 1,500 of the meters had already reported in without a single phone call. We also have remote devices at the substations called SCADA breakers that reported in that this outage was off. We can remotely disconnect and reconnect power to many of our meters that have issues with insufficient funds on their account. These meters can also report power quality anomalies. We refer to those as alarms. The alarms display as notes on the dispatcher's maps at the location of the issue. The dispatcher receives an audible alarm as well as a symbol on the meter on the map. He then takes appropriate action depending on what type of alarm is received. Once the alarm is dealt with, it is closed and becomes a permanent historical record on that meter location. This is very helpful in determining every time we heard from that location, either by a human phone call, an automated phone system, or by the meter alarming us. Before we had these meters, the only way we knew the member was having a power quality issue was by receiving phone calls. Now, by listening to the meter's alarms, we have prevented long-term delivery of improper voltage that could damage members' equipment. We've also responded to a few hot sockets, preventing structure fires. We've also caught many thefts of service by the meter sensing when a tamper has occurred. I mentioned to you about the alarms. One of the alarms that the meter sends over is high voltage. When we first turned it on, we got a high voltage at this 1 meter, and not trusting the system yet because it just turned on, we did some further checking. We started looking in the history of the software, and it was still showing that there was high voltage there. So we rolled a service truck out there, and the service truck found a bad transformer. Over time, equipment just fails, and this particular piece of equipment had failed. The only way we would have known that before was with a phone call. Would this member have ever called us? I don't know. It was a widowed older lady, and we were outputting bad voltage to her house. And that's what it's all about. It's about making a difference in her life using this technology without her ever having to call us. Our next step is to provide our members with engagement tools through our website and through apps for your smartphones and tablets. We're working on writing an app that will notify the member when their meter calls the office and reports the outage. We will also notify the member when the power is restored using the same app. We will allow the member to post any unreported outage to the system. The app will include an interactive map showing the outages. At San Bernard Electric, we're always striving to better serve our members and to utilize technology in those efforts.
I want to give you an overview of our website's newest feature, Usage and Billing Analysis. This feature gives members access to their energy usage data. Our customer care and billing software integrates with the AMI meter to make this information available. To access the system, you need to be a registered user on our website. Register by choosing Access My Account, Pay Bill. Follow the instructions to register. When logged in, click on the Usage and Billing Analysis logo. The Usage Explorer screen will be in view. Energy usage data is displayed in the graph by billing month. Billing information found at the bottom of the screen can be changed by month. Click on a month and the screen will display daily energy usage. The billing comparison screen is a great tool to compare monthly billings. Members can view energy usage and temperatures for the selected months, giving a better understanding of how differences in weather can be a factor in energy usage. The planning screen is a useful tool for members that may be replacing old appliances with energy-efficient ones. By adding the marker, members will be able to track energy usage before and after the installation. Remember, our website can also be used to make a one-time payment, sign up for autopay, store payment information for future use, turn off paper bills, and update personal information. We are also currently reviewing a new payment option, the Prepay Energy solution. With prepaid, you purchase energy before you use it, just like putting gasoline in your car. Prepay allows you to pay for energy on your schedule and gives you the information to control your energy costs. Look for details for this new service in the fall.
In some regards, 2012 could have been labeled 2011, Part 2. We managed to get through the year without any more wildfires, but the damage caused by the wildfires of 2011 and the drought continued to plague our membership. Knowing that dead trees would play a major role with outages in 2012, the San Bernard Board authorized additional monies last year to clear these danger trees out. San Bernard Vegetation Management Supervisor Greg Giebel put that money to good use and took down 5,651 danger trees, more than double the production of any previous year. Even so, dead trees and high winds seem likely to persist into 2013 as the drought conditions continue. So if you have a dead tree on your property in danger of hitting our power lines, give us a call. We'll take it down for no charge, which keeps you and our lines safe. Please remember, San Bernard will clean up any tree inside our designated easements, but we do not clean up danger trees outside the easements. We will fell them for safety's sake, but it is the members' responsibility to clean up the debris. Other holdovers from 2011 to 2012 were the system improvements brought on by the expansion of the Copano gas facility in Sheridan. Their unexpected 30 megawatt load increase has required a complete rebuild of the old transmission line between our Glidden substation in Columbus and the Colorado substation south of Sheridan. Converting this line from 69 kV operation to 138 kV operation has necessitated the construction of not only one new substation, but also a complete rebuilding of 3 existing substations as well as major modifications to a 4th. In addition to our efforts, 2 other transmission companies, the Lower Colorado River Authority and South Texas Electric Cooperative, have both had to make improvements on their system as well, since this line ties to them. Clayton Stanford has had the dubious honor of coordinating this effort and done a remarkable job. Even though new construction is still down due to the economy, we have enough other projects to keep us busy. Prairie View A&M recently redesigned their entrance, which required us to redo the lines crossing them. These are a few shots of the new concrete pole going in. Poles like this are much heavier than our conventional wooden poles and often need special equipment to install them. As you can tell from the shots, it was cold that day, but weather is one of the things that the linemen never get a break from. If it's 105 in the shade or 10 below freezing, day or night, the linemen keep the lights on. Speaking of linemen, 2012 saw San Bernard convert from the traditional lineman's climbing belt that's been around since the 1800s to the new fall restraint belts. The new belts are much safer than the old ones and should help reduce accidents, even though they're a little bit more cumbersome. This is Jeff Bilski, one of our crew leaders in Colorado County doing pole top rescue, a safety procedure all linemen are required to train for several times a year. The lineman has to be able to climb the pole and lower an injured coworker to the ground in under 4 minutes. We thought the new belts would slow times down, but the added sense of safety has actually improved our times.
San Bernard Electric Cooperative introduced the Co-op Connections card to our members in October of 2011. The card was mailed to each member with their electric bill. The Co-op Connections card program is one of the many benefits of being a Touchstone Energy cooperative. The Co-op Connections card benefits cooperative members by offering discounts on most prescriptions at over 60,000 independent pharmacies and national pharmacy chains like Walmart, CVS, and Walgreens. Your card cannot be used in conjunction with insurance. However, use your card to purchase prescriptions not covered by your insurance plan at the discounted rate. Here are some numbers on prescription savings for the year of 2012. The Co-op Connections card savings added up to $15.5 million for cooperative members across the country, $1.4 million for the cooperative members in Texas, and at a local level, the members at San Bernard Electric Co-op saved $61,627 on prescriptions. Recently, additional benefits have been added to the Co-op Connections card. You can receive discounts on chiropractic care, dental care, hearing aids, lab work and imaging, and eyewear. To use your card at a participating provider, simply present it at checkout. This is just one more benefit of being a member of San Bernard Electric, your Touchtone Energy Cooperative.
The financial information provided in your annual report is a summary of our audit report prepared by Bollinger Seegers, Gilbert & Moss. It's designed to let you know how well your cooperative performed financially during 2012. Your annual report includes an operating report and balance sheet for the years 2012 and 2011. It also includes charts that show the trend of performance over the past 10 years. The operating statement shows that the cooperative took in revenues totaling $60.7 million during 2012. In 2011, total revenues were $63.2 million. Total expenses were $56.7 million in 2012 compared to $60.4 million for 2011. In 2012, revenues less expenses generated an operating margin of $3.9 million. In 2011, operating margins were $2.8 million. In addition to operating margins, the cooperative recorded non-operating margins totaling $389,000 during 2012. Non-operating margins represent interest earned on investments, capital credits received from related organizations, along with gain or loss on disposal of plant assets. In 2011, non-operating margins were $463,000. The total margins earned during 2012 were $4.3 million compared to $3.3 million for 2011. San Bernard Electric's Board of Directors voted at the November 2012 board meeting to retire almost $1 million in capital credits to our members. These credits were paid in the form of bill credits to current members on their December 2012 electric bills. The balance sheet shows that the cooperative's assets increased to $153.8 million by the end of 2012 compared to $147.6 million at the end of 2011. In 2012, member equity increased to $69.5 million, or about 45% of total assets, compared to $66.9 million at the end of 2011. At the end of 2012, the cooperative's total liabilities were $84.3 million compared to $80.7 million at the end of 2011. This concludes our financial report.
At San Bernard Electric Co-op, we have always had some of the best employees around. I have often told them how much I appreciate them, and I want you, the membership, to know how proud of them I am. If you look around the room today, you will see a number of our employees in the light blue shirts. I encourage you to let them know how much you appreciate them because, quite frankly, I think they are the best. Not only do we have dedicated employees, we also have an equally dedicated board of directors who guide the business that you own. In closing, I want to invite you to attend next year's 75th anniversary meeting. We will take a look back at the history of San Bernard Electric Co-op. We will see some familiar faces and hear their stories of what it was like bringing electricity to this part of rural Texas. Thank each and every one of you for taking the time to attend your annual meeting this year. It shows you care about your business, and we appreciate it.